Good morning, students. We have discussed the typical structure of flower so far: endoecium, gynoecium, and the formation of microspores, megaspores. In the part 3, we will discuss about the pollination. It is basically transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma of the flower. Pollination is the transfer of pollen from anther to stigma of the pistil. Have a look here. This is the stigma of the pistil. These are the stamens and these are the anthers. The transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma is known as pollination. Pollination is further subdivided into two parts: self-pollination and cross-pollination. As far as self-pollination is concerned, again it is divided in two parts: autogamy and geitonogamy. If you want to understand the topic, have a look at the structure here. This is the flower A. This is the another flower on the same plant. This flower is B. The transfer of pollen grain from anther of flower A to stigma of the flower A is known as autogamy. This is autogamy. But the transfer of pollen grain from anther of flower A to stigma of the flower B, although plant is same, but flowers are different. This is known as geitonogamy. While in the cross pollination, entirely plant is changed. The transfer of pollen grain from plant A to transfer of pollen grain to the stigma of another plant is known as cross pollination. So this is the basic subdivision of the pollination: self pollination and cross pollination. So here is a brief description of pollination. Transfer of pollen grains from the anther to the stigma of a pistil is termed as pollination. In angiosperm plants, both male and female gametes are non-motile. As far as kinds of pollination is concerned, the first one is self-pollination, in which plant remains same, and first topic is autogamy. Pollination within same flower means transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma of the same flower. In open and exposed anthers and stigma, autogamy is rare. There are some special plants that has two types of flowers, viola, oxalis and commelina. Oxalis is also known as khatti booty. In the commelina plant, the flowers which are found in the aerial part is known as chesmogamous flowers, while some flowers are found underground. These are known as clistogamous flowers. Chesmogamous flowers means exposed anther and stigma. Both the anther and stigma are open and they may show the cross-pollination also. While in the clistogamous flowers, anther and stigma are closed and it shows always self-pollination. Clistogamous flower is invariably autogamous and assured seed set even in the absence of pollinator. It means it does not require any pollinating agents here. In the second part, geitonogamy, pollination between two flowers of the same plant. Here, plant is same but flowers are different. Pollination by pollinating agents. It may be insect, air or any another agent. Genetically similar to the autogamy. The next pollination is cross-pollination, which is also known as genogamy. Transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma of different plants is called cross-pollination. It brings genetically different type of pollen grains to the stigma because plant is changed here and it may show the different genetic organization. This is the symbolic presentation of pollination here. Now, agents of pollination. It means the agent that helps in the pollination. It may be abiotic and biotic. Abiotic means non-living and biotic means living. Abiotic agents are wind and water, while biotic agents may be different animals like honeybees, ants, bats, snakes and many more. In the majority of the plants, use biotic agents for pollination and few plants use abiotic pollinating agents. Anemophily. Anemo means air, phily means transfer. Pollinating agent is wind. It means pollination is carried out with the help of air. It is the most common amongst abiotic pollinations. Plants produce enormous amount of pollen when compared to the number of ovules available for pollination to compensate the uncertainties of the pollination. Flowers with well-exposed stamens, it can clearly seen in the maize plant. Large feathery stigma to trap airborne pollen grains because pollen grains are transferred via air. Most wind-pollinated flower contains single ovule in one ovary and numerous flower packed into an inflorescence. Example, corn cob. It is also known as makka ka bhutta. Pollen grains are light and non-sticky, and it is found in most of the grasses. Hydrophily. It means pollination with the help of water. Pollination by abiotic agents like water. This type of pollination is very rare. About 30 genera, mostly monocots, are kept in this group. Vallisneria, Hydrilla, Zostera are the common example for hydrophily. These two plants, Vallisneria and Hydrilla, are the part of practicals also. We will discuss later on. All aquatic plants are not hydrophilic in nature. For example, lotus plant. Pollen grains are released into the surface of water and carried to the stigma by air current as in Vallisneria. In sea grasses, the flowers are submerged and pollen grains are carried passively inside the water. Pollen grains are protected from wetting by mucilaginous covering. There are some special examples like water hyacinth and water lily. The flower emerge above the level of water and are pollinated by insects or wind. So water will not help in the pollination in these two plants. Pollination by biotic agents. Majority of flowering plants use a range of animals as pollinating agents. Among the animals, insects, particularly bees, are the dominant biotic agents for pollination. It contributes almost 75 to 80%. Insect pollinating flowers are very large, colorful, fragrant, rich in nectar. It means it attracts the insect for pollination. Small flowers are present in cluster to make them conspicuous. For example, in marigold, flower pollinated by flies and beetles secrete foul odors, a bad smell. Nectar and pollen grains are the usual floral reward for insects. In some species, floral rewards are in providing safe places to lay eggs. Amorphophallus. A species of moth, it means an insect, and a yucca plant cannot complete their life cycle without each other. In yucca plant, the moth deposits its eggs in the locule of the ovary, and the flower in turn gets pollinated by the moth. The larvae of the moth come out of the egg as seed starts developing. So you can see moth and yucca cannot live without each other. Common pollinating agents are bees, 70 to 80% contribution, butterflies, ants, moths, wasps, birds, sunbird and hummingbird, and bats. Some higher animals like primates, lemurs, rodents, reptiles also play a role of pollinating agents. Outbreeding devices. Majority of the flowering plants produce hermaphrodite flowers. It means bisexual in nature and undergo autogamy. Continuous autogamy or self-pollination results in inbreeding depression. Flowering plants have developed many devices to avoid self-pollination and to encourage cross-pollination. Such devices are called outbreeding devices, such as pollen released and stigma receptivity is not synchronized. It means it will show the different timings. Spatial separation of anthers and stigmas. There may be any resistant structures in between anther and stigma. Anther and stigma are placed at different positions. Self-incompatibility and production of unisexual flowers. So these are the important devices that will help in the cross-pollination to avoid the inbreeding depression. Thank you.